All right, welcome everyone. We are in the quarterfinals of SCS. Once again, I am Niz. You're watching NizCast. And like always, I always seem to cut the music right at the drop. But we've got a game of Dota to cast, and joining me for this cast is going to be Indy Beer. Indy, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well.
So we've got, Tongfu.NA, which we saw last round.
Remaining.
They're going to be playing on the Radiant side, and they're going to be going up against Revolution Sons Dead, I think it was. They're going to be playing on the Dire side. They're going by the name of the Funk Bunch in game. And, well, we've got Sniper, Storm Spirit, Troll, and Shadow Fiend getting banned out off the start. Nothing too surprising there, except for maybe the Storm. I feel like Storm has really risen in terms of popularity in the last maybe 2 weeks.
Team ban.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's like people saw Sumail play it at DAC, so it reminded high-tier pubs that Storm's a relevant hero, and then it branches out into the amateur scene. So.
Well, I feel like even after DAC, we weren't really seeing him too much. He was more of a third or a fourth round pick, which was kind of where you would pick up Storm most of the time anyways.
Reserve time.
And
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I think it was
Dire team
maybe it was.
ban.
I think it was probably exactly 2 weeks ago. Maybe even less than that. We saw Broodmama like first picking Storm all the time, and now we saw it earlier get banned out in the first set of bans as well.
10 seconds remaining.
And it seems like all of a sudden teams are just like, oh my goodness, this is a hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it can get hard to deal with once he gets the ball rolling, and
Reserve time.
just ban out heroes you don't like to play against.
Mm-hmm. But the Funk Bunch will go with
Radiant
Vengeful
team
Spirit
ban.
and Bat Rider, and Tongfu.NA will fire back with Earthshaker and Clockwork. And then we had Sky and
Radiant
Lion
team
getting banned out by the Funk Bunch, and Witch Doctor and Enigma getting banned by Tongfu.NA.
Mm-hmm.
So, looks like we've got both of our offlaners with the Bat Rider and the Clockwork, and we've got two of the more active roaming kind of supports in the Vengeful Spirit and the Earthshaker.
Dire
And now we're going to
team
have your favorite hero.
Yeah, one of my favorite heroes. Surprised Jug is still in the pool, and neither team decided to take Axe, and they both took their offlaners, so this will probably be an Axe-less game. But Jug is still there, so I wouldn't be surprised if Funk Bunch takes it soon.
Queen
Yeah,
of Pain.
I'm
Radiant
surprised
team
the Axe hasn't been touched, but we've seen teams in the amateur scene, they either like really are scared of the Jug and always like respect it and ban it out, or sometimes we've seen it not even get picked up. On last Sunday, we saw it get picked up 5th, like the last pick for a team. It wasn't picked or banned all the way up into that point. It was unreal. It did work that
10
game too,
seconds
but
remaining.
Yeah.
really surprising to see it get passed up so
5
often.
seconds remaining.
Slog.
But there's a hero that
Dire team
that certainly doesn't get passed up all that often. Slark, he's really getting played a lot now. And he's a pretty strong hero against Bat.
Yeah, he's really good against Bat for many reasons, right? Because it's hard to catch out the Slark with the lasso, and Slark also has that extended night vision, which means that getting caught in the nighttime against the Bat Rider
10
is
seconds remaining.
pretty much not going to happen for Slark, because he'll see him first if he isn't,
5 seconds
like
remaining.
cutting around trees or whatever.
And also, when you add Slark to that
Reserve
tri
time.
lane with the Earthshaker and the Rubik, it makes it almost impossible for the Bat Rider to lane there too.
Yeah.
So he's almost going to be forced to almost abandon the lane pretty early, and he's going to rely on some stacks, maybe coming up from the Vengeful Spirit and maybe from the other support.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Maybe the Funk Bunch has something else planned. But I think right now we're most likely looking at the Bat Rider in the off lane, and then the Queen of Pain mid. Although we have seen Queen of Pain get shifted to the safe lane if they choose to if they choose to pick another hero to go in that mid matchup. But the Funk Bunch taking a bunch of their reserve time here to make a decision on their fourth pick. Huh.
Yeah, they can consider Faceless Void. I know Scapegoat really likes that hero. I've seen him play that a bunch, so Void's a decent hero against catching out the Slark. And
Is that a wise pick going up against Rubik?
I mean, it's not that much of a big deal. Like Rubik can steal Chrono, I guess, but Void will be unaffected by it. And I mean, if you're comfortable with the hero, then you pick it into somewhat counters. And I mean, they have the Venge, so that'd probably be the
10
biggest counter to
seconds
avoid.
remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
They're using all their time here. They end up picking Leshrac.
Is
Radiant team banned.
that a pick, or did they
Yeah, that
end
was
up
pick.
random?
1 second left in the reserve time, you can see.
Dire team ban.
Interesting. Leshrac. They're going to ban out
Yeah.
the Zeus, and
Radiant
Dro got banned
team
out by
pick.
Tongfu.NA. The Leshrac. Really?
Yeah, in my opinion, Leshrac's just a weaker version of Lina in this patch. I mean, Lina can do what Lesh does as a support or as a carry.
For sure. I think Lesh comes with more pushing power than Lina, but I think Lina overall is the stronger hero. And
Yeah, I mean, push
Lina
isn't
is
very
more
favored
valuable.
in this meta either, so...
Yeah. And that's why we typically don't
5
see people
seconds
picking up mech or
remaining.
anything anymore. Although you look at last patch or last meta, we'd
Reserve
get
time.
both teams basically rushing to pick up their mech. And now we see it picked up maybe on a Shadow Fiend, but beyond that it's pretty much passed up most of the time. Well, it gets picked up on Chen, but
Chen and Enigma, but yeah, for the most part it's not a mandatory item anymore, as it almost was in the past meta game and before that.
So who is Tongfu going to look to close out their lineup here? Obviously, they need a mid laner. They've got the off lane Clockwork. They've got the Slark, Rubik, and Earthshaker safe lane, tri lane. So do you...
I think they need some greed in their lineup, because Clockwork's really... he's not a greedy offlaner. Like, he doesn't go back to the jungle to farm. He doesn't have anywhere to fall back. And Earthshaker, Rubik, all are also heroes that don't have a way of farming. Like for example, a Sand King or Enigma are greedy heroes that can take farm. So, I mean, they really need to get things out of their lanes. Like, they have no way to further their farm. And
I don't know
if
if
I'm
that
wrong,
was
they
it.
just pick the Wood Ranger.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh. It is going to give them a little bit of scaling, but not as much as you would get from other kind of options, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's been this new trend of the Slasher's Way Wind Ranger, where you pick up an Aghanim Scepter first, building the two tanky components first, like the Point Booster and Ogre Club.
10 seconds remaining.
And what's interesting is that Ags is actually the most efficient DPS item, since it gives you a plus 40% DPS increase, just with level 1 Focus Fire.
Interesting. Funk Bunch is going to go with Razor. I have to say, both teams a little surprising me a little bit with this draft. I didn't expect the Wind Ranger to come out, and I certainly didn't expect the Leshrac or the Razor to come out here.
Yeah.
Huh. I feel like Razor wouldn't be a good hero against Slark. Am I wrong on that, or?
There's ups and downs to the matchup. Like, Slark can avoid the pounce. I mean, avoid the link and pouncing away, but he also can't really just go on the Razor, because Razor
10
can link him up,
seconds
and
remaining.
I don't know. I've seen that matchup be
Either way.
5 seconds
either way
remaining.
in the past.
I wonder, does the link apply through Slark ult? Like, does it stay?
Yeah,
It should, right?
it'll stay.
All right, well, without further ado, let's introduce the teams and the players. On the Radiant
Prepare
side,
for
we're going to have
battle.
Tongfu.NA. Playing their Clockwork is going to be Cherry. We saw him do work last game on the Bristleback. Baidu is going to be playing the Earthshaker. Shark is going to be on Slark. That's going to be fun to say. We've got Remember Me Danger, aka Linga. He's going to be playing the Rubik. And we've got playing the Wind Ranger.
And on the dire side, we have the Funk Bunch. Leading their team will be Mindgate on the Razor, Mags on Lashrak. We got Hex and Jagged on the Vengeful Spirit, Lokarin chilling in his own jungle on the Batrider, and Scapegoat on Queen of Pain.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to sit with the 4 of them here in the jungle trying to catch someone out, but there's no one from Tongfu.NA in their own jungle, so they're not going to get a first pick here.
If they're going to take this as an aggressive tri lane and leave the Batrider to solo against the clock. That's what their positioning kind of dictates.
That would give them
The
that would certainly
battle
give them
begins.
an advantage in that top lane, and then in the mid lane,
Worthy
helps.
tribute.
that would be Queen of Pain against Wind Ranger, which
It's pretty much of a wash of a 1v1. They'll both farm. Neither of them are in any danger of dying solo. At least for the first 4 to 5 minutes. The thing is, Slark really struggles against aggressive tri lanes. He can't really go up and farm. He's got really low base armor. His HP isn't that great. And he's his melee hero.
Well, let's quickly look at the lane tiers. We've got Batrider in the top lane going up against Rubik and Clockwork, and I'm going to ask you a question about that in a second. In the mid lane, we've got Wind Ranger going up against Queen of Pain. We've got the Vengeful Spirit, which is going to be in the bottom lane in that aggressive tri lane with Razor and Leshrak, and they're going to be going up against Slark and Earthshaker. And with the Rubik being up in the top lane, do you think they saw this aggression coming, and that's why they decided to put the Rubik up there?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, it'll work out better for them. They'll get more experience this way, and the Bat's gonna get contested. He's really zoning him out hard. He might be in danger right here.
Firefly get popped up. Yeah, Remember Me Danger could be an issue. Could be in danger here, or maybe Lokarn could be in danger as well, as he's gonna back. But Cherry doesn't really have anything. He's already used his cogs, and he's unfortunately 4 XP away from hitting level 2. He hit level 2 right now, but
Yeah. Thing is, Lokarn has a salve, and Remember Me Danger doesn't unless Cherry decides to share with them. So you can just keep up that aggression after he uses the salve.
Hex and Jagged looks like he's really preparing to move around a lot, and looks like we're actually going to get both runes secured by the dire side here. Lokarn's going to get the top one, which is Illusion. Hex and Jagged's going to get the bounty in the bottom, and maybe Lokarn's going to leave it. Nope, he's going to take the Illusion.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a clear winner yet in terms of how the lanes have gone. I think they've been pretty even overall.
Yeah. I think I'd favor Tongfu.NA with the laning setup, just because Funks is using 3 heroes to shut the dual lane down, while Hex and Jagged might go down here.
Yeah, he's getting caught out here. But Mindgate might be able to come in and save him. He body blocks him a little bit there, and now Hex and Jagged will use a salve. It gets interrupted by the fissure, but it was enough to keep him alive through that fissure damage. And we don't see first blood yet. Now Mags will come in with the lightning storm, I believe that's what it's called, onto Baidu there, just canceling one of his clarities, but he's got another one to back it up. That's one of the issues with Earthshaker early on. Is you throw out one fissure, and that's basically your entire mana pool. You've got to really milk those clarities early on.
Yeah. And the good thing is, as long as Earthshaker's in that bottom lane, Slark is never gonna die, because he just throws out a fissure to disengage.
You got to wrap around in the mid lane. As Remember Me Danger is smoked up, came in behind Scapegoat, lifted him up, and that allowed for the shackle shot. But they're not able to lock Scapegoat down long enough to get a kill there. But it's maybe just one of those friendly reminders that I could still be rotating around as the Rubik. So you have to be a little careful in the mid lane, Quap. But never mind, she doesn't care. Scapegoat just blinking forward, chasing after getting him low. He's going to tick out to the Shadow Strike, and we are going to see our first blood. Now Scapegoat doing a good job of dodging Remember Me Danger, but somehow, some way, the Phase Bolt, I believe that's what it's called, Fade Bolt. Close enough. Fade Bolt gets the kill there, finds the range, and we do have a 1-for-1 trade. But advantage definitely has to go in favor of the Dire there, as they did get the first blood.
Yeah, definitely.
So we've got Clockwork, surprisingly, is our top farmer at 22 and 12 right now. Just slightly beating out the Razor at 21 and 6. Mid lane's pretty damn even, but we're going to see Lokarn get lifted up here. And he's going to take a lot of damage, but I don't think he's going to die here, although he's taken a few more right clicks. Cherry may have gone a little bit too deep. Now Hex and Jagged's going to secure that kill with a magic missile. Now he's going to try to chase down Remember Me Danger. And
he seals up the aura for some more damage.
There we go. And, nice rotation there from Hex and Jagged. Getting the double.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And the lanes may be going alright for Tongfu.NA, but the rotations have just been better for Funk. As we're going to see go down in the mid lane, or are we? As he's going to bottle up, and then he's actually going to get the power shot right into the back of Scapegoat. And instead of the Wind Ranger going down, it's going to be the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, it's a much needed kill for Tongfu.NA.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
One thing I do worry about right now with Tongfu.NA is the Slork. He's only at 10 and 0 CS. He seems like he's falling way behind in this game. How are they going to be able to get him back in this game? Like, you look at the counterpart for Funk that's falling behind, and that's going to be the Batrider. But Batrider's doing what he does what he's doing right now. Is he hops into the jungle and he farms up real quickly with this Firefly. And Slark doesn't really have a way to get back in the game like that. So they're going to have to...
No, not really.
Maybe look to get pickoffs, or...
Yeah, good thing is once Slark gets his ulti online, he can at least stay in lane with pretty much infinite sustain. And he can try his best to catch up by just hitting creeps. Maybe getting a Midas or Mask of Madness, just something to help him catch up.
Megs was in Viz, and he was actually sitting in the mid lane, and he didn't realize that there was a sentry ward there that was spotting him out. And because of his movements and because of where he was when the creep wave came, he actually didn't get attacked by the creeps. We are going to see a hookshot coming in from Cherry onto Mine Gate, and he's going to chase him down with the battery assault activated. But Shark almost going down to Megs. He will pounce to the cogs, where Cherry did manage to get the kill on the Mine Gate, but now Cherry getting right click down by Hex and Jagged, but Cherry will bottle up and look to re-engage here, as Scapegoat has in the meantime gotten a kill onto Baidu, and now he's going to get another as he blinks forward, uses a scream, and gets the kill onto Shark. Now he's going to get another onto Remember Me Danger. Never mind, Hex and Jagged's going to get the kill instead. And now it's just Cherry left alive, as he's down to 264 HP, but he will get back to the safety of his tier 1 tower, and we won't see another kill.
Dire's structures are
That was a really good rotation by Scapegoat.
Yeah. Funk just... I mean, all of them just seem to be in the right place at the right time. And at that time, it was definitely Scapegoat coming in at the right time, coming in from behind, picked off the Earthshaker. We didn't catch that on the camera, but we saw him get the kill after as he blinked forward and got the kill on the Slark. There's a Shark continuing to struggle. He comes into this lane and immediately, upon TPing, he loses a bunch of his HP. Cherry tries to hookshot and help out, but he will find the range creep instead, but with a nice fissure from Baidu, he's able to land the cogs, and that's a kill for Cherry. So 4-6 now in favor of Funk. Tongfu coming back in this game a little bit. But,
yeah, if they can manage to find some farm on their heroes, they definitely have the lineup that scales better into the late game.
And you say that just because it's a Slark and a Windrunner?
Dire's top tower
Or
is
Wind
under
Ranger, I should
attack.
say.
Yeah, I mean, Leshrac as a support really struggles to do anything after a certain amount of time because without any farm, that hero just can't do much. While Earthshaker and Rubik, I mean, they always have some sort of role going into the game, late game.
Rubik definitely feels like he just keeps getting stronger and stronger.
Middle is missing.
Yeah, depending on the heroes that are in the game.
But it just kind of,
Dire's
going back to
top tower
Leshrac,
is
that just
under
kind of goes
attack.
back to what we spoke of in the draft, with just Lina almost being just the better hero.
You didn't need that.
Right? Lina
Yeah.
has that better scalability too, going forward. So they chose to pick the Leshrac instead of the Lina when the Lina was available.
Dire's
So
middle
they must
tower
have
is under
something
attack.
in store. Maybe they want to push these towers, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm going to switch over to the net worth and see where we stand. Our top net worth in the game is actually on the Wind Ranger, just breaking 4K right now. Next closest challenger is Scapegoat, just under 3,800.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it looks like gonna opt for the Maelstrom build, which was pretty popular for a while, and it's still a really good build for damage, and gives her the ability to
Radiant
farm.
structures are fortified. Dire's
I was,
middle tower has
just-
fallen.
Just looking at the gold on Lokarn as he gets a
Radiant's
kill
bottom
in the
tower
top lane.
has
So
fallen.
not only does he have enough for his Blink Dagger, but he's going to have a little bit more. And now Scapegoat comes out of Invis onto Cherry, who's looking to get a return kill. But now he's going to get killed instead. And Hex and Jagged's getting right-clicked down by Shark, forcing out the ultimate coming from the Slark. But I think Shark's going to be the one who's going to go down. And indeed, he goes down. And once again, it just seems like there's so many heroes of Funk. They're always there.
Yeah. Scapegoat was there with an Invis in that time, and he's just always there, wherever they go.
He's definitely controlling the game. But while all that was going on, in the bottom lane, Mindgate takes the tier 1 as well.
Yeah.
Like they're just everywhere. And just definitely out-rotating Tongfu.NA right now.
That's interesting. Windrunner actually opted for a Midas. I mean, I guess it gives her some levels and the ability to catch up and farm, but personally, I don't think it offers her too much. I mean, the attack speed's almost wasted in the item since she can just be right-clicking with Focus Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
any
how it
mana
differs
item.
with the Mjolnir build, right? Or the Maelstrom build. That at
Yeah.
least gives you some proc-based damage as well. But we did
And any-
resume... Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to go
I was
talk
just
about
gonna
something
say,
else.
any mana regen based item also, allows Windrunner to farm like Yules or Orchid because Power Shot is a great farming tool. But maybe he'll be able to prove me wrong and prove us wrong and carry the game with behind a Midas.
Well, the one thing is that Wind Ranger is really level dependent as well. Although we do see her kind of played as a support, but when she's played as a core, she really needs those levels. When she gets those levels early, she can be really, really strong. It's almost like Venomancer, right? A Venomancer, he can be played as a support, but when he's played as a core, he's almost a completely different hero. Because he reaches this different power level at a different time, right? Like he's able to get those levels early, and he can put more points into his Gale and into his passive, and that allows him
Right.
to dish out so much damage. But you can't build him that way when you build him as a support. You just don't have those levels. We are going to have initiation here in the top lane as Lokarn is going to jump in and using that blink there, getting the lasso off, getting a kill onto Rubik. Remember, Mermaid Danger is actually going to buy back into this game to try to help out Cherry, who hook shot in, but maybe too late for that. But they will manage to get a kill as Baidu laid down a nice fissure and blocked off Hex and Jagged's retreat. So in the end, it's a 2-for-1. Well, I guess it's a 2 and a buyback for 1 kill on a support. That's not the kind of trade that Tongfu was looking for.
Yeah. I mean, the bright side is they get the Vengeful Spirit streak onto their most farmed hero, so
Radiant's
they're putting
middle
all their
tower
eggs
is
into
under
the
attack.
Wind Ranger's basket.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Into her quiver.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to take a look at the net
Dire's
worth, and
top
we're
tower
seeing
is under
Funk
attack.
pulling ahead. That's about 3,500, almost 4K gold lead already. I'm going to see if maybe that Midas will be able to bring them back in a little bit closer, but not with how the trades have been going thus far, and with the XP, they're about
Dire's top
2,000
tower is
behind
under
as well.
attack.
So it's a tough game so far for Tongfu.
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're going to have a gathering of the Dire heroes in the top lane, as it looks like 4 heroes are making their way up here. And the 5th is the Queen of Pain farming the bottom lane, but we're going to have an initiation from Tongfu. They get the shackle off, but there comes the lasso coming out from the Bat Rider. We're going to see Wind Ranger and Rubik drop almost immediately. Now it's the Earthshaker on the run, but he's going to run right into Hex and Jagged. He's going to throw the magic missile and stun up the Earthshaker, and that's going to mean he's a dead Earthshaker. And, well, that was a good rotation once again. Outnumbering their opponents 4v3. And they clean up 3 kills, and they don't even really lose much HP at all.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Look at the HPs.
Radiant
HP
structures are
totals for everyone
fortified.
on the Dire side. The lowest is Leshrac, who only lost just over 200 HP.
Yeah.
Now we're going to
I
see
mean,
this
Tongfu's
2-1 go down.
really struggling to get anything done on the map.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I mean, we knew coming out of the draft that they were going to struggle a little bit. Like you said, if they left the Bat Rider to solo up top against the Clockwork, they were going to be in a really good position in lanes. But then Tongfu realized that that was a vulnerability. They put the Rubik up there. It gave them a little bit more, and they stayed pretty even in the laning phase in terms of how the lanes went and how they were able to farm. But then those rotations from Funk just, I mean, that's what's giving them the advantage this game.
Yeah, definitely.
They've just completely taken over the map.
Scapegoat almost has his entire Orchid finished up. And once he gets that, the Slark's life's going to be even more difficult.
Yeah, just delivering the second Oblivion staff there, and he's just got the recipe to go. Lokarn blinking forward, gets a lasso off onto who will then even get swapped back further by Hex and Jagged. But we are going to lose the Rubik and the Earthshaker instead as Wind Ranger gets on out of there. Cherry says, you know what? You're not getting out of here without me picking you off, as he hook shots in, gets the kill onto Hex and Jagged. Tries to get another one onto Mags, but he has to back away, so he doesn't need the split Earth. Shark will go down as a result. And now it's and Cherry on the run. Cherry getting quite low, but it's going to be who's going to go down. Cherry doesn't tick out from the Shadow Strike. He'll go down to 130 HP. But once again, Funk on the winning end of the trade. I believe that was a 4-for-1?
Radiant's middle
4-for-2?
tower is under
4-for-1.
attack.
Yeah, because they didn't lose, yeah. 4-for-1.
Yeah, could have been amazing for Tongfu,
Oh my god.
but
Radiant's middle tower
unfortunately
is
it
under attack.
wasn't.
You just had to say that, didn't you? You had to get it in. I know you were waiting for it.
Yeah, I mean, Slark was so close to getting his ult off and, living and killing Mags on the Lesh, but he missed his pounce and then he ate his split Earth, and, I mean, all I could say is could have been amazing for Tongfu.
I mean,
Really could have.
you talk about Slark almost getting his ult off. The majority of the damage he took was all AoE damage, but the final thing that killed him was that lightning storm. There wasn't any more AoE left, so had he gotten that ultimate off, he would have been right back in it. Now he's trying to get as much farm as he can in the jungle. Scapegoat will find him with an invis, but he backs away in time, just realizing the fact that he was getting spotted out by an opponent, and backing away in time. So Scapegoat wasn't able to secure a kill. If Scapegoat was able to get a little bit closer, get the Orchid followed by the Scream, then the Sonic Wave, that would have been a dead. That would have been a dead Slark for sure.
Yeah.
Look at all these, the gold getting spent on wards and sentry wards by Funk here. They really want to control the center of this map. They're de-warding and warding the hell out of this mid lane. They've got 3 sentries, or 4 sentries if you include top rune, in that kind of mid area, and then 2 observer wards as well. They just lost 1 observer ward, as it just got countered immediately in the mid lane. But they wanna really take over that mid, really be able to break this tier 1 tower, and that's gonna open up pretty much the entire Radiant jungle, and that'll really cripple Slark's ability to farm, because that's pretty much where he's been finding his farm recently. He hasn't really been able to farm too much apart from that jungle. He's found a little space in the bottom lane now, but if he loses that jungle, he's going to be in trouble. Looks like Funk may actually choose to push the tier 1 here.
Yeah, and with that tier 1 going down, it really makes Roshan open up for them, and they've got a decent rush lineup with the Venge minus armor.
Now we're going to see Lokarn get the lasso off onto and he's going to get orchided up. And he's going to go down, and with them losing their Wind Ranger, I don't see there being any way that they're going to defend this tier 1.
Yeah. Rubik luckily is still Wave of Terror, so he can pull the creeps off and then trade bolt, so... That and Fissure, I mean, pushing might not be so easy.
When you think of Rubik, you always think of stealing those big ults like the Ravage or the Laguna or the Finger or something like that. But sometimes it's that little spell like the Wave of Terror that could be really, really valuable.
Middle tower has fallen.
Doesn't save them the tower there, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
even abilities like that can be pretty game changing when it comes to team fights. Minus armor, I think, is something that's really undervalued by a lot of players.
It can be, yeah.
Well, we see Funk 19-6 ahead in kill totals, and what is that, 8,000, something like that? It's actually more like 9,000 gold ahead, and XP, but 7,500 XP ahead as well. And they're just getting further and further ahead as this game goes forward. It's not like Tongfu's, slowing it or starting to catch up in any way. They're continually falling further and further behind as the minutes tick on. I don't want to make it sound like it's over, because I think Tongfu definitely still has a chance to come back in this game, but we haven't really seen the way that they're going to find it, or find that way to claw themselves back in this.
Yeah. I mean, it might be on the back of an Earthshaker Blink Dagger, and, it's less than halfway there, but maybe if you can find that, they can turn some fights around with Echo Slam.
Well, we're going to have a 5-man smoke gank here from Funk. Question is, will they be able to find anyone? Looks like they're going to find or will they? Never mind, they're going to go by. I thought, yeah, Razor's smoked was pop there, but they didn't check down to see if there was a Wind Ranger or anyone else down there at that camp. And I think was actually far enough away from the team that they actually could have gotten the kill there. Rubik stealing, what is that thing called? Plasma Field. Once again, another one of those abilities that'll help pull the wave back away. But Lokarn's going to jump in. He's going to get the lasso off, but he's going to get fissured immediately. Good play there from Baidu. Almost still go down. Remember, Me Danger will go down as well. Now Mindgate takes quite a bit of damage. And now maybe Funk's gone a little bit too far here. This is exactly what Tongfu needed, I think. As we've lost 2 heroes for Funk, we've still lost 2 for Tongfu. We did have a buyback on and well, it's a dieback now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This would have been great for them if they could have gotten the kill there on Mindgate, but they just weren't able to catch him. That Razor too damn fast. 496 move speed with phase activated.
Yeah, it's at Sanjin Yasha, coupled with Unstable Current. Speedy man.
So I missed the show fight recap. with the Wind Ranger buyback, do you think that was
Dire's
an
bottom
okay
tower
fight
is
for
under
Tongfu?
attack.
Do you think they're still falling behind there, or
I mean, that's a Wind Ranger dieback, right? And
yeah?
for just 2 supports, they only managed to kill the Venge and the Lesh, so those, I wouldn't say that went well for Tongfu at all. Wind Ranger's their only, right now it seems like it's their only hope. And Scapegoat gets another kill.
It did keep the tower alive though. That's a tier 2 tower, so they are kind of a little bit further away from really getting punished in terms of any kind of damage to racks. So I guess that's kind of one benefit there, but yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
I think kind of the saving grace right now, if they have one to get back in this game. Or maybe the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker, which he did get closer to. He didn't die,
Yeah.
and that allowed him to get closer. 1,600 gold on hand right now.
I mean, Shark's just picked up a big item. Yeah, Shark just got a BKB, so we'll see the next fight how that helps him. He's been having some trouble staying on targets because of the AoE abilities that Funk has.
Radiant's middle tower is
It's worth
under
noting
attack.
though that that's a 24-minute BKB, and it's not about how long it took him to farm it, but the fact that he needed to buy a BKB this early in the game, and once that starts, once he starts using that and the duration goes down, as they go further and further into this game, he's not going to have that long duration available to him. So he's kind of going to lose effectiveness as this game goes on. He's going to need those first 3 or 4 charges of BKB to really be beneficial for him, to hopefully allow the other gold that he can acquire and the other items that he can acquire to carry him as when the BKB no longer will. Hope that
Right.
made sense. I think it did. Scapegoat blinking forward, trying to catch out Baidu here.
Yeah, they're gonna bottle him up and he should be fine.
Yeah, there we go. Cherry
yeah.
using the bottle. I was gonna say he's gonna tick out without the bottle, so that one charge definitely kept him alive there. Maybe.
Radiant's middle tower.
Depends
Yeah,
on
but with that, it opens up space for Funk to get the tier 2
Dire's
mid.
bottom tower is under attack.
There it goes, and they've already
Radiant's
pinged
middle
out the
tower
top tower
has
too,
fallen.
so they're gonna go for that.
Radiant's top tower
Or
is
maybe
under
they're going to
attack.
respond to the bottom push coming out from Shark as Lokarn's going to blink forward. Tries to get the lasso off, but Shark not allowing it to happen. But Scapegoat, who TP'd to the tier 2, comes in, gets the Orchid off, but they're still just not able to catch this damn Slark. Nice Flame Break coming out there, and then Mind Gate comes in, starts sucking away some of the damage. But TP's in, and they won't be able to get the kill on the Slark.
Yeah.
Pings immediately come out to go to Roche, though. And, well, if you're Tongfu, do you come to the Roche fight now?
No, I think they should all just move to the top tower and take the tier 1 as fast as they can. And get some gold on their heroes. Like Earthshaker's getting closer to his blink. And, yeah, just get some gold on their course, but
Fallen to the die.
looks like they tried to do that, but Rush just fell down too quickly.
They could maybe still potentially go. I know they would have known that the Bat Rider and the Quap TP'd, so their TPs are still going to be on cooldown. The Vengeful Spirit also TP'd, but hers just came up. So pretty much all their TPs are just coming up, so never mind that that opportunity has come and gone.
Dire's top tower.
They're still
is
pinging it
under
out. They
attack.
still want to go for that tower, and I think Funk is just going to trade.
Yeah, Baidu's got his Blink Dagger and
Radiant's
Earthshaker now,
bottom
though.
tower is under
So,
attack.
if they can somehow
Dire's
force
top
Funk to
tower is
overextend
under
into
attack.
5-man
Dire's
Echo,
structures are fortified.
you know, we can see Tongfu making a comeback.
Dire's top tower has
Things are
fallen.
coming out to go for the tier
Radiant's
2
bottom
in the
has
top
fallen.
lane, but Funk is just going to keep pushing. So I believe Tongfu is going to have to TP back and defend
Radiant's
here.
bottom tower is under attack.
And did Lokarn get to see Earthshaker? I don't think so. So they still don't know that the Blink Dagger's online, but They have to know that it's going to be coming soon. We're going to see go down again to start the team fight off. Baidu still hasn't jumped in. He's just kind of waiting. Now we'll jump in with the Echo. Just gets them the kill on the Hex and Jagged. Meanwhile, they're losing everyone. It's just Shark left alive, and he's going to go down. It's going to be a 5-man wipe. They only get the kill onto the Venge. And with a buyback from Clock, this rocket comes in. Unfortunately, doesn't land on any of the low targets.
Dire's
And the
middle
Razor
tower
will
is
TP
under
back to
attack.
Fountain, get his HP back up to make sure he doesn't die from a rocket. But that buyback does manage to just keep their racks alive, and will keep their tier 3 alive as well. So they don't lose any of their base. But once again, another very one-sided team fight in favor of Funk.
Yeah, Cherry bought a gem. Trying to find where the gem is. Maybe they didn't decide to keep it, but I definitely saw a gem pop up earlier. Oh, there it's pings. Yeah, it's dropped by the tier 3 mid. So they didn't, at least they didn't lose their gem as well.
Well, speaking of gems, let's actually quickly go over all the heroes and see who has what. As Cherry's got a BKB, and he's got 9 seconds left on that. But looks like he's got a Ring of Regen, probably building into a 4-staff. Got Baidu with that Blink Dagger. Wasn't really, I mean, it got them the one and only kill that they got on the Venge there, but he didn't really manage to get a good Echo off. Next hero, Shark. He's got his BKB as he runs away from the enemies. Got a Blade of Alacrity as well. What is that, Manta?
Radiant's top
S and
tower
Y?
is
I
under
don't know.
attack.
Yeah, it could be a man to take off the silence, or who knows? Maybe it's a diffusal blade for whatever reason.
Maybe. How's our boy doing on the Rubik? Not much. Just has the urn.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What are you looking to steal in this game as a Rubik?
Probably Quap Ult, which you did last fight. Maybe a lasso.
Are you really going to be able to lasso a target though?
I mean, when the bat blinks in, if you can lift the bat, pull him towards you, steal lasso, and then
And then lasso him?
lasso the bat rider. Then he probably just dies to all the other AoE that's going on.
Radiant's
So
top tower is
it's not the
under
best
attack.
game for Rubik.
Flare.
So, has just the Maelstrom in that Midas. He's got 2,600 gold on hand. But it feels like every single fight, we just lose him immediately.
Yeah, bat rider's been going for him, and just usually isn't a part of the fight.
Dire's bottom tower
He's got
is under
2,600
attack.
gold on hand, like I said. 1,700 gold surplus for his
Radiant's
buyback.
top tower is under
Surprised
attack.
he's not buying something to tank up a
Dire's
little
middle
bit.
tower is under attack.
Looks like we're going to have a fight here. Baidu's going to jump in with the Echo. But they don't get a kill. And they lose their Rubik, they lose their Earthshaker, now they lose their Slark. And it's just completely falling apart.
Radiant's top tower has
As the
fallen.
Queen of Pain will
Dire's
respawn
bottom
with the
tower
Aegis.
is under
And
attack.
with the Venge down, Slark will buy back. But they're already losing their top set of racks
Radiant's
here.
top barracks are under attack.
And it felt like Tongfu,
Radiant's
they
top
initiated,
barracks
but they didn't
has-
really
Radiant's
initiate.
top barracks has fallen.
It's now Scapegoat.
Yeah.
Getting low. They need to make sure they don't stay too long here, and they're going to split as they try to get away. Mags tries to force-staff himself up onto the high ground, unable to do so.
To solitude I
He
return.
tries to throw down a split earth and TP, but he'll die before that TP is anywhere even close to finishing.
Yeah, I mean, he went for Baidu tried to burst down the Razor with the Echo Slam, but Venge was in position, and that initiation was pretty much wasted.
I feel like you typically want to fight in your high ground, you typically want to fight in your high ground up by your set of racks where your tier 3 tower is. But maybe they should just try to engage a little bit outside their base, try to catch him with the creep wave, catch him off guard, because they're just spread out too well, and they're not going to be able to get a big Echo Slam off. And it seems like Echo Slam is really the only thing that's going to bring them back in this game.
Yeah.
Well, we got a BKB up on the Wind Ranger. That might help. Although I feel like most of the times that she's died this game, she wouldn't have been able to even pop a BKB. And if she did, it wouldn't have saved her. Unless she's able to BKB before the bat lassos her. The lasso will still go off, but she will take significantly less damage in the lasso.
Yeah, but there's still the Quap ultimate and all the Razor ultimate and all the physical damage he's able to do at this point.
Mm-hmm.
With the minus armor and the Venture, I mean. They've still got the physical damage.
But like you look at and then you look at Mindgate and look at the amount of gold that's on this Razor. S and Y,
Yep.
BKB, eggs, and then a Hyperstone on top of that. Which I'm guessing is building into an AC. We're going to see an initiation again with the Echo Slam, but swap comes out from Hex and Jagged, and that's going to keep Scapegoat alive. Now everyone's got their BKBs active. No one's able to deal damage to anyone at all. We're going to have a power shot just missed the Queen of Pain, and now on the back of was a Yules, we're going to see Tongfu on the run. As we're going to see the lasso go off under Remember Me Danger. We've already lost and now we're going to lose Shark. And it's just two heroes left on Tongfu. One is Baidu as he's desperately running back to the fountain where Cherry has already made it on the clockwork. And Funk, just every team fight has almost been the same. They're not really making any big mistakes. We're having really good positioning coming out from Hex and Jagged, so any kind of initiation just gets completely shut down by the Venge swap. And we've lost Hex and Jagged a few times in the team fights, but I mean that last fight the Venge didn't even die despite swapping what will look like a for sure dead Queen of Pain.
Yeah. Baidu falls down again. Scapegoat is godlike.
Yeah,
So it look like mega creeps and the end of Tongfu.NA's run here at Semi-Pro Evening Cup Series.
Yeah, surprised they haven't called GG, but maybe just waiting for the throne to fall. But yeah, this one definitely looking over.
Looks like they got one last fight left in them.
There we go, the hook shot from Cherry. And we'll get the kill into Hex and Jagged.
I'm fantastic.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Or sorry, the shackle. Won't land. There we go. The good game
there's the
well
GG
played's
call.
come out. There we go. The Tongfu, they will call it. And Funk, aka Revolution Dad's... No, Revolution Son's Dead. There we go. That was their name. Is the name they're going by in the brackets. They will advance to our next round, which is the semifinals. And I'm sure we've got an opponent waiting, or we should. Let me just check real quick here.
Attention,
Yep.
man.
MEMP is going to be their opponent in the next round. Like I said, that's the semifinals. So we're going to look to jump into that lobby in just a second, but before we do, once again, I'm Niz, and you're watching NizCast. Make sure you hit that follow button, twitch.tv/NizCast. If you enjoyed the cast, I cast SCS every Thursday and Sunday, so you guys can come and check out that. Besides that, you can follow me on Twitter at NizCast. You can also follow IndieBear, my co-caster, on Twitter as well, at IndieBearDota. And you can also follow me or subscribe to me on YouTube. That's youtube.com/NizCast, where I upload all the VODs from all the games I've cast. So if you want to go check something back out in a VOD or maybe link it to a friend, that's where you can do so. But like I said, we've got another lobby to hop into, so I'm going to throw it to some music in the meantime, and hopefully the wait won't be too long. But once again, thanks for joining us, and hopefully you stick around for the next one.